Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining in over on the SilverSilk channel. And I am joined today by one of my favoriteest people in the world, Miss Sarah James.
Hi.
So good
Hi,
to see your
Neely. Oh,
face.
it's so great to see yours. Every time we get to hang out, whether it's in like a short capacity, whether it's something that's impromptu or super planned, it's always really, really great to kick it with you, my friend. Thank you.
For sure, the same notes all around. In fact, I was kind of going over some stuff for next year, and I had wondered if you were going to come out to Tucson or not.
I wish. Oh my gosh. Our start of year, my husband and my start of year is pretty busy. His mom, Rodrigo, who's actually in the car
Oh, hi,
driving with me right
Rodrigo.
now. Yeah.
I waved over.
Hello.
Good to see
We
you.
got the whole family. Axel's in the back seat too.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
yeah, I was telling Nile earlier that we got to go and do a couple ski runs today. So we did a little family trip up to the mountain, and now we're on our way back home, doing a little hang time with Nile here. But no, I'm not making it to Tucson. It's Rodrigo's mother's 70th birthday,
Oh
so that's
wow.
that's a big milestone, and we can't miss that one. But count me in for Tucson 2026 because I miss it.
Ugh, yeah, it's definitely not the same last year without the JJB crew. So it was still fun, but like that's sort of our space to be beady weird.
Yeah, like beady weird in the best kind of ways. Turn up the volume, yes, please.
Exactly.
So, what's your plans? What are your plans for Tucson, Nile?
I'm gonna be hanging out with Jill Wiseman. We got already booked our Airbnb, and she's gonna drive up there, and I don't do road trips, so I'm going to fly there
Mhm.
and meet up with her. I have a very short patience for traveling. I'm like, get me there as soon as possible, please.
Yes, the quickest possible routes, no stops, no layovers. Like, let's go.
Just like, let's go, let's land. I'm ready to go. But
Mhm.
we're on a pretty aggressive shopping schedule. So
Okay.
that's on the books. And then of course there's like I need space this time to like do the fun stuff because I think last year I got involved with trying to keep a layout of the land and like do stuff. But it's like now I kind of get it. I got the vibe of Tucson. I get the layout of the city. And like
Yes,
I wanna kind of party it up this time.
you deserve it. You deserve it. And I did go take pictures, post them so that all of us here, all of us that aren't able to go, can
You're
be
gonna
living
get FOMO.
vicariously through you. Yes, please.
Oh, I love it. Well, I'm gonna hang on to the thought that one day you'll make your return in
You
some
know
form.
it. Oh, and you know what? And everybody loves a comeback. So it's just like,
We live in a world where a comeback is welcomed.
yeah, yeah, right. um, whew. Anyway, yeah, Nile, it's like every time we get together, every time like any of us in the beading industry get to hang out with you, it's truly a treat. So Jill Wiseman is gonna have such a stellar roommate to go take Tucson on by storm.
Oh, and
Um,
John Kubrick is also joined with us. So he's gonna come
oh,
down and stay with us. So it'll be the three of us in an Airbnb. And we sort of did that at the end of last year and had a lot of fun.
that's the way to do it.
He's a good guy.
It's nothing like getting together with your friends that share a common interest with you and being able to just like get totally geek out over the stuff that you love. Oh, hi everyone tuning in.
Yeah, folks are like, they're just giving the love, pouring the love all the way in. But yeah, you're right. Like it's a fun time to see everybody all in one space, kind of catch up. And it's not the same as virtual where we kind of really don't skip a beat, but
Right.
there's something nice about like, hey, let's go out for a coffee or a cocktail and like chat about things. How's life? Have
Hmm.
you done a desert tour? Like just weird stuff, that's kind of random and out of the beat realm. But
What's the desert
also,
tour?
oh, so this was something that Brenda Schwader I think tried to convince me to go the first time, and I was like, I don't even know what Tucson is, so I need to wait till I can do that. But apparently, there's
Yeah.
like desert tours and fun stuff like that's
Ooh.
part of the Tucson experience that you can do. And
Okay.
I haven't really looked into any of this stuff, but I think it'd be kind of fun because, like, I don't know much about the Tucson desert.
Right. No, that sounds so awesome. And there's like Tucson is magical. I mean, I think that I went like 15 years in a row, and now this will be two that I haven't gotten to go. But man, there's something about that place. It is captivating. It is like, I mean, the beads and the gemstones and all of that, and the artistic, like the crazy artistic people there. It's just like,
Oh
I
my
love
gosh.
that. But like just Tucson by itself is really spectacular.
I think so too. I'm getting now a feel for the city vibe, and
Mm.
the some of us TGV members gathered up for the second or third time in a row for one of like the box yard places where you can grab food and drinks and hang out and
Oh
stuff. And
yeah. Oh, right across from the African village, right? That place is cool.
is it that close? Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about it. I've
Well,
actually
it
not been to
was
that.
a couple of years ago when they had it, but that box art place is fairly new, and that's a neat. That place is vibey. It's very cool there.
Yeah, it's got a really cool vibe to it. And if that is where the African village is, I didn't realize it was that close because I still haven't been there yet.
They scooted around like when it was there when I was there a few years ago. That was the first time the African village had been in that place, like that close to downtown. But yeah, phew, I love it. I'm like, I'm not really like the jealous type, but I get like just really excited for you that you're going, and I get excited for me
I
because I know I'll
know.
be back one day.
I don't want to like if it were any other circumstance, I'd be like peer pressuring you. But I realized like you cannot miss this birthday
Yeah, we
and
have
be there for the
Lisa
family.
Grita's 70th birthday. Say
Oh,
it's
trust
a
me,
big
I'm
one.
sure you will find some beverages and some friends and kick it. Like you'll have your own non-Tucson experience.
Yeah, it'll be well, it won't be Tucson, but it will be an experience and it'll be a good one. We gotta like, all of these moments in our life. Tomorrow's promised to no one. So we gotta like chalk it up every chance that we can, like from like the little mundane things to like the big grandiose travels. We gotta find the good in every little thing and live full heart, all heart.
I agree. I'll tell you one thing before I kind of scooch the camera down is that I
Yeah.
was talking to my personal trainer, and she was saying
Oh,
that
I love that for you.
well, my day
Awesome.
job like helps me pay for it. So and that
Cool.
trust me, I need it. Things aren't moving quite the way they used to when I was 20. But she was
Heard.
saying she was saying that current like time is the currency that you can never get back, and so you have to be very careful how you spend it. And I was like,
Yes.
I need that on a t-shirt. I need that on a coffee mug. I need that on a chalkboard. Like that is such a true statement.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's like it's the most valuable gift we have is the time, and to be able to choose how we spend it, who we spend it with, what we spend it doing. I love that. That wise words from that woman.
I'm saying she knows what she's
Mhm.
talking about and
I
know how
see
to
the
move my
vibe.
body parts to do things. So
Amen, sis. Yeah.
oh, so funny. Love that you're here. I think what I'm gonna do is pan around my camera and I'm gonna put us to solo layout and we could just continue chatting.
Sure.
And I'm gonna just like talk through some of the project making here. Let's see if I can get my camera down. First props.
Yay.
First fruit. I love this. This was a very beautiful, beautiful colors, beautiful textures. I mean, everything that fall you can imagine in the box. And this, in fact, is a great teaser for the color palette. But you get this. I don't know if I'm supposed to show the QR code or not, but I won't show it.
No, you can. That's
Like,
fine. Everyone has their box already. We just like to keep it a little bit under wraps until everyone receives their box. But yeah, those are three beautiful projects made by the incredible Jennifer Miller, and every Magical Mystery bead box has that code. So as soon as
mm,
you get your box, you can like snap into creating, bend and snap into some making with your Magical Mystery bead box and videos by some awesome designers.
yeah, I love how you guys have included that that extra feature over time and have gotten it to the point to where it is nice to receive a box and have a few different projects to choose from in case
Hmm.
you're really like overwhelmed with the amount, because this is a lot of stuff for a box, I will say that. And then yes, it's a list of things, but like I've got stuff set out to the side and you guys have jam-packed it with all the things.
I'm so glad you liked it.
And I will say I suffer from that same thing of like having so many things to work with and not knowing where to start. And so I'm hoping that this video will give you guys some sort of like, here's some other ideas that you can try with the box. And, you know, for example, here's one of the things that I really loved from the mix and includes all those beautiful colors and gigantic pendants / components. There's a lot of stuff. So, I mean, I was just kind of going to go through some project ideas that I had, talk about it with you guys, give you guys some ideas. None of it is necessarily finished, but, you know, I can dabble just like everybody. I made this, which I was kind of proud of.
I am in love with this, Nilay. Holy moly.
Yeah, like I wanted to grab the jewel loom and do some macrame, but like you just string on some arrangement of beads, and this, in fact, let me show this off.
This is like macrame on steroids. Look at this. It's so beautiful.
Thanks. Well, it's funny because Danielle Wicks got me back into the like love of macrame, which it's sort of where I started with jewelry making as macrame, but then I put it off for about 10 years, 15 years, and then, you know, brought it back out again. So yeah, and it's just series of knot making over and over until a pattern develops. And so you just kind of stitch this back and forth. You make that nice, either a P shape or a number 4, and then just pull your other thread through. And I'm using just some, I think this is like Chinese knotting cord of some sort.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it looks
And
it looks silky. It seems like it
yeah.
pairs nicely with the SilverSilk.
Well, you know what's great is that those knits help to keep this in order and grips on, like the knots grip onto the knitted part. And so it doesn't shift and move around, which is kind of cool. And yeah, and I'm just using the metallic berry leather knitted chain, which the leather chain is something that's sort of been my jam lately. I've got all this leather cord in different colors, and I'm trying to experiment and see like what's been working, what's not working, different color combos. It's all the things. So yeah, you kind of just do like a series of 5 knots and then string another set of beads, which again came from that strand called elderberry. And in fact, that little smaller mix of brass beads, mum blossoms, very cool. So everything in the box is named and themed after, well, what the mother theme is. First Frost.
Yeah, it's just like really, really saturated colors that are great for fall. And with the Jesse James Magical Mystery bead box, which is honestly a delight to put together. It's so much fun. It's the creative process behind this one is something that I enjoy the most at Jesse James Beads. But we nod to the season, or the time of year, or just like things that are like happening during that time of year with each box. But it's never like overtly going to be like over the top fall or like, even though this would be like our October, technically like close to Halloween box, but we wouldn't do like orange and black. It's always going to be something that's a little bit more wearable for a longer stretch of time, but it like kind of puts you in that mood that you're already starting to feel because of the time of year.
Yeah, well, I love that you guys come up with something unexpected. You know, it's going to be a nod, as you mentioned, but it's not going to be the like the cliche things that you would consider. It's a little bit more nuanced and thought out, pushing the limit of fashion a little bit with different colors, which I appreciate and love.
Thank you. Yeah, that's I mean that's my MO. That's where I come from with the stuff that we put out with Jesse James. It's like we're looking at fashion trends, but we're also just doing like what like feels good,
Mhm.
from like a trend sort of design standpoint.
So yeah, definitely. Well, and this is again just one idea that you guys can do and turn it into a very fancy bracelet or cuff or whatever. I shan't be finishing this on camera, but I wanted to move to another project. Mostly, I just wanted to show you how cool this color combination was, um, with all the cords and components and beads and stuff. So let me go around and do an earring design for you guys. So I put together this little beauty,
Oh my
and
god,
it's
so pretty.
oh, it's backwards. Oh no, wait, I could swivel this around. I forgot. Um, I love this beautiful little brass leaf, and I was like, what can I do quickly that's, just simple, but depends heavily on the colors. And these little guys kind of stuck out to me, and I was like, oh, I could either string through it, or I can string SilverSilk through it and put a little head pin on it. So that's what I was going to construct for you guys real quick. In fact, while I'm in my down view, I'm going to zoom you guys in just a smidge more. There you go. And you are just going to cut a piece of SilverSilk. This is the frost color, speaking of first frost. And it's a metallic blue, like almost a frosty white blue that has silver knitted over it. It is absolutely a stunner of a chain. Very sparkly. And you can kind of cut this to a length that you want your earring to be. Now, bear in mind that the component plus the little swivel that we have connected to it will add about 1.25 inches, inch and a half extra. So if you're really looking for a shoulder duster, go big with that loop. And if you're looking for something that's just a small pop of color and you don't want to commit to something that's going to potentially be in your face all the time, then definitely cutting that loop a little shorter is going to be the better way to go. And all I'm going to do is kind of set that off to the side because we're going to use that here in a minute. I'm going to grab that little swivel that I'm going to make and a head pin with a little ball at the end. And I'm just going to go ahead and string that through. To that, I'm going to grab one of those brass beads that we just looked at for the macrame design, string that right on, and grab a pair of round nose pliers and or chain nose. See if I've got both. And I believe I did a couple wraps with the wire wrap loop, so I'm going to do that to this one. And so I'm just going to do a quick little wire wrap action here. Keep it simple, you guys. Remember, sometimes color is good enough. We don't need to overdo the techniques. Add on a bunch of things that might distract from the focal piece. And simplicity can be a good thing. Before I complete that loop, I'm just going to slide my component in, my beautiful leaf. And then I'm just going to wrap the rest of this around the stem a couple times.
Nilay, do you do a messy wrap for this one, or are you like to keep things nice and neat and tidy?
I'm going to do a tidy one for this one. You can absolutely do a messy one. And I think because I went ahead and just did a clean wrap on the other one, so I'm going to be consistent with it. But I think a messy wrap with some brass wire would be pretty stunning.
Yeah, I could see messy looking good for this one too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and we are just going to make sure that that's nice and coiled. And I've got my component swivel ready to go. So all I'm going to do is just slide my SilverSilk right through it, gather up those ends. If I need to kind of clean up the ends with the wire a little bit, I'll do that at this point. But it looks like everything's in order. And I will grab my finding, which is a double strand end cap, also in the antique gold color. go ahead and stick both SilverSilk ends into each of those channels. Grab your wide nose pliers and give it a good squish.
Those end findings that you have, Nile, are such gold. They really are. Like, I know that there's other ways to finish off SilverSilk, and we've done it before, but man, oh man, is it nice to use one of your branded end caps.
Yeah, well, and it's funny because sometimes the golds and the antiques things don't match, but in this case, I mean, I felt like this was a design meant to be. Everything in this design is like completely matched to the color. So
well, and you see what Nilay's done here, guys. Like, you have taken a ring bead that is double strung on each side. You could string a crystal through that bead and it would look beautiful. That, I mean, I honestly don't think you could go wrong with that ring bead. It's so darn pretty. But you have taken that magical mystery bead and turned it into a bail. It's cool. It's really good. And it swivels.
It does. And it occurred to me, I think it would look cool as a necklace too, but I didn't end up. I think that was actually the original plan, and then I was like, this is too good. I got to do it twice, and so I ended up with earrings.
So nice. He makes it twice.
Make it twice. If you want to make it twice, make earrings. And then I wanted to show another design that featured that gigantic acorn bead. And I haven't really thought this one through all the way, but I kind of did. I mean, look at this. To me, this is like classic, quintessential Jesse James beads.
Go big or go home, baby.
And I was like, how could I not? This was on a strand before, which I broke apart, but and their strands are just absolutely stunning. I mean, this was another one that I love. Woodland shadows. So pretty. But, and I might have to end up breaking this one. I don't know. We'll see. So anyways, I grabbed some SilverSilk. This is the dark rose capture chain, and I cut it in half. No, I did not, but I'm about to. I'm about to cut this in half. Now, you guys have made me, you have saw me make this design before in its style, but I'm always curious, depending on what materials I'm using, how it will switch up. So I'm gonna clean up that end, and I'm going to grab a double strand end cap right there. I've got one in silver, and I'm going to string both of my ends into the double strand end cap. And I think I need to grab a few more findings, which will just take me a couple seconds, but perhaps some of you might know where I'm headed with this design. It's been my jam lately. It does not feature a clasp at all. As you guys know, that I'm not really diligent about keeping clasps on hand. I'm gonna open this up just a little bit. Clean up my end a little bit. And push that right in. I'm gonna grab
I'm loving the look of the dark rose capture chain, like with the gold tone metal running through it, and the silver of the end finding.
I think it's actually yeah. It's well, I went with the antique copper vibe.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The mixed metals, though, I mean, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's still mixed metal. It looks it's still warm and cool color tone for the metal. It looks awesome.
Thank you. I'm gonna grab a couple things that I need. One is some jump rings, and the other are my single strand end cap. Can't complete the design without those things, because I was gonna put single strand end caps on the other ends, and then wait till you see what I used with the chain, or made with the chain and the beads from the rest of the strand.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is gonna turn out, Nile, because you said for the silver silky community, maybe they've seen this style before, but I have not. So I'm really I'm like on the edge of my seat, honestly.
Oh my gosh, you are gonna be blown away. This has been like my little design discovery for a few months now, and I've made a kit out of it. I taught it at Great Bead Extravaganza. I've done a lot with it, but it's
It's a
always been
win.
different because of the materials that I'm using. All right, so to the double strand end cap, I'm going to attach this jump ring, or this big ring form that came with the mystery kit. And I'm gonna grab some small jump rings here.
Those hammered rings were a last minute add into the First Frost Magical Mystery bead box, and I really love the way that they came out.
Me too. This was an amazing ad. I'm glad you did that. All right, so to the other ends that are over here, I am going to attach this assortment of beads that came on the strand, and I just kind of spaced it out with some of the links from the chain that was also in the box.
Oh my gosh, I'm like tearing up right now. This is so beautiful. You make our beads look so pretty, Nilay. What a fabulous idea.
I mean, just keep watching though. Keep
Okay.
watching.
I'm glued.
You'll be blown away. I'm actually just going to go ahead and use the link that's on the chain and attach it to the SilverSilk binding. Save myself a couple jump rings. Cool. And, oops, we'll do the other side. So I just use the other beads to make a second one ahead of time. I'm going to attach that on. There we go. And now I got to decorate the middle ring here with another, like, some sort of bauble, right? So I thought it'd be fun to add the acorn there. And I'm not sure if I want to add much more to it. I know it'd be nice to kind of cap off the ends, but I kind of used the caps already. So let me see what I can dig up real quick to sort of, like, tie this up. And I could have a pop of color, but I think that might be too much. Maybe we'll do this beautiful, like, brown. That might work. It's like a little something, something. I don't know. That might work. And then this is the thing. Like, you guys have to open up everything in the box and just use everything. There's no wrong way to go about it. Just use everything.
We like to think of it as like a good creative buster. Like, you know, like we all get into little slumps with creativity. It's like, what should I make? And it's like, okay, just make something. And then the Magical Mystery bead box arrives and you can open up your box and like, okay, here's like all bunch of like cool things that coordinate together. Just make something. And then all of a sudden your juices are flowing again.
Yeah, I think that that's 100% the effect that happens. Because once I got these designs together, it was a little easier to be like, okay, well, I used up some of that stuff, but I have all this stuff left over. How can I now pair it with other things? And sure enough, then I get like some options going on my table of like, oh yeah, if I just put this and this and that together, it'll be great. So, okay, I've got a giant hole through this. You guys can see that. So I'm going to have to fill this with something to keep it stable. So let me grab some craft wire. That's what the journey is for today. And I'm going to grab some silver craft wire from Softflex. Do this. I'm totally making this up on the spot. Not sure how it's going to turn out, but it's going to turn out amazing. Hopefully.
What is your preferred gauge of wire, Nilay? What's your go-to for wire wrap loops and for using for something this big? Oh, 20
Yeah, that's a great question. And I should be looking at comments, but I haven't been. I'm too mesmerized by what's in my face here with all these beautiful beads. My two gauges that I go to are 20 gauge and 26 gauge. And I've dabbled recently into... I'm sorry, wait, let me back up. Yes, 20 gauge, 24, 26 gauge, and 28 gauge.
Oh, wow.
28 has been great for a recent project that's on my YouTube channel that Danielle Wicks came up with. And will silver silk fit through that barrel? Oh, probably. If I were to string it all the way through, I bet it would. Yeah, it does. But I think this would be a little awkward on a necklace, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. To each their own, I suppose. I
It
kind of
feels
want this.
very, very Irish apfel feeling to me when you use the big focal bead like that. Just by
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's just those are my two go-tos is 20 and 26, and then 28 if you're really into like not wanting to use thread for seed bead weaving. Which sometimes it'd be like that, so. All right, so I'm gonna string this on, and I'm just gonna do a like mini cone there at the top. And okay, I'm gonna need to fill this up, but I gotta see which beads fit through this. These might be just a hair too big. Maybe not. That might work. I should have done it at the top, and then I could do it at the top and the bottom. Let's try
yeah,
that.
you might not need to fill it up the whole way. Just like
Yeah.
a little bit of stable at the top and the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because it's like it has all those that like monofilament that's running through it, so it's
gonna be like sandwiched in there.
Yeah, it's because it's not hollow. Do you know what I mean? It just needs like a little something, a little cushion.
Totally worked.
Sweet. Oh, it looks good.
Yeah, I love it. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the bottom just to kind of cover up a little bit of that monofilament. Woo! And maybe just add like a little. Or I'm gonna do this. I keep changing my mind, but it's fun. It's fun to change my mind. I'm gonna do a simple loop, and then I'm gonna see if I've got a jump ring, or not a jump ring, a head pin, and do a little bobble here at the bottom, just for kicks. I'm on the last leg of my silver head pins that I've got left, but totally worth it here. We'll do that. Maybe just do like a little simple loop.
This is gonna be so cute. It's a little dangly at the bottom.
Yeah, and you can go as crazy as you want, but I think I kind of need to see how this is gonna like pan out before I decide I want to embellish it more, you know?
I can't wait to see how it all comes together.
Although I just thought of something that might not make this work. Because these beads need to be able to go through this. So I might have to unattach it and make sure that it can go into this first. I think. I need to do a bit of experimentation.
And that is the beauty of design on the fly, my friends. We are all learning together.
It just occurred to me, so we're gonna see how this all plays together. And all right, let me unhook these guys real quick and let me scooch it into the that ring there.
I'm getting a feeling for where this is going, Nile, and I really, really, really like it.
I mean, I hope it works. It might not, but I don't know. I've surprised myself before, and I've also had some very epic fails where I, publicly apologized for everything that just happened on camera. Okay, we're gonna undo that, slip it through this, and get back here. Okay, and then I think I need to do a bit of like fluffing here of like, hey, are you gonna flow the way that I want you to? And then I'll bring it out to show you guys like if it actually works.
We're all waiting.
Oh, it does work. Okay, thank goodness.
Yay.
It's like sometimes I just don't know my knots really well, but now I do. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it back to me. Here we go. And we've got like, I've got this thing looped on the chain. And so all I have to do is just bring the chain up through enough to where I can get it over my neck.
What?
And then I've got this, oh, it's like crooked, but you guys get the idea, right?
What?
There we go.
That is so cool.
And I've got all these nuts
like
that I'm nuts about.
Just straight nutty. Wow.
So you can kind of stagger it, I guess. Maybe not, because I cut everything evenly, so it's going to be a very even design. But you could stagger it.
It looks like
take it off of the chain. And it doesn't.
You could take out some chain if you wanted it to be staggered, but Nile, it wears like a fancy necktie.
It does, like almost a bolo, but not really.
Right, like a jazzed up bolo.
Yeah.
Really cool.
So, and then, again, I was saying that you could add even more baubles to this if you wanted to. But yeah, that's like, it kind of depends on one particular finding, which is that middle point, double strand end cap, and then just the chain, and then you're ready to go.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I do feel like you just like performed magic, like seeing it all come together. Because I had an idea of where I thought that it was going in my head, and it went a different way. And I was just like, whoa, that thing is awesome.
Well, yeah, and you can kind of see here that the beads don't fit through that loop, so I had to re-engineer it on the fly. But otherwise, like on a good or another type of design, I guess, like the beads would actually come out all the way, and then you'd like kind of fashion it around your neck first and then pull it through. But
sure,
I mean, there's also like you won't lose anything this way. So that's kind of a nice advantage.
Yeah, and you could I mean, if you wanted to like switch, if you wanted it to be like a little more like asymmetric waterfall, all you'd have to do is just shorten the chain on one side, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, if you brought the chain up, then you can have this sort of cool asymmetry thing.
Oh yeah, it's a brilliant design. It has so much movement to it, and I think that is really something special.
I might just do that on the fly, actually, because like the whole even thing is just not working for me. So let me bring it back.
Yeah, fix it so that you like it. That's what it's all about, right?
Massaging
it down until it's just right.
A process of some minor editing, and hey, it's like got a pretty amazing design on the fly. We'll take out 3 chains, see how that goes. And through. You can see how easy it is to like work with the chain, which by the way does come in the mystery box, which I was very impressed with. So let's see. I think I'm gonna take out a couple more links because that's still too long. But I've got now enough for like a mini bracelet, you know?
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're always, with the Matching Mystery Bead Box, in addition to the beads, we're always trying to put in something cool, like whether it's cool ear wires or chain or something like that, like just something a little extra that's going to really go with the beads and bring your projects to life. And honestly, Nile, this whole year has been so spectacular, having SilverSilk, custom SilverSilks paired up to go with the Magical Mystery Bead Box. Like, it's just been so fun to see what you've come up with. And then, like, not only with like cool products, but seeing the cool designs that you come up with. Like, wow, it's been a great time to hang out in the SilverSilky and Jesse James communities this year.
I'm saying it has been a lot of fun, and we did some really like stellar work together for some of this stuff, and it's led to really good ideas as well. So I'm just thrilled. There we go. Okay, now we're cooking. This looks much better because I was like, the 2 at the bottom just wasn't quite working. I needed something with a little bit more tapered movement with it. So this works beautifully. Anyway, didn't take a whole lot of materials, just a few things from the box, a few things from SilverSilk, and it's like ready to go. But I'm gonna bring you back on camera again.
Yeah,
Yay,
I'm
my
here.
friend.
Hi. Yes, it's dark. It's dark now.
It got dark over there.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's like the sun goes behind the mountains, and then all of a sudden it's like black in Colorado.
Oh man. It gets dark here too though, like probably around 5. It's so depressing. I miss the sun so much.
Yeah, I'm a sun seeker myself, but you know what? There's something to be said about like winter and like haigi. Do you know that terminology?
Mm-mm.
Hi. Oh, really? Okay. Haigi is the concept of Just fluff my hair a little bit now that I'm back. Just hold, please. Haigi is the concept of, it's a Scandinavian concept, and it's like in winter we get together and we stay hunkered down like a hibernation sort of thing, like reading books, drinking cocoa, making jewelry, but like enjoying the finer things that of your being inside your home that you don't do so much or have as much when it's sunny out because you're always spending time outside and busy and what have you. So the concept of like, the sun setting earlier, that gives us more time to be in our cozy zones and play with our beads and get our SilverSilk and Magic Mystery bead box out, and just really make time, as we were saying, like time is ever so important, like using some of this time for these indoor activities that we love.
I love that. That's such a positive like outlook on, oh, the sun's going dark. I can't do anything. When are my groceries gonna be shopped? You know what I mean? Like, I love the idea that I can just feel like it's okay that it gets dark a little bit early, finish up the work, find an activity that you enjoy doing, connect with
Yes.
people. And maybe that's where this whole event seems to make sense, right? It's that it got dark early outside. I've got lights around me, but
Oh yeah.
it is nice to just take a week out and just be like, you know what? I didn't do a whole lot of promotions. I didn't do a whole lot of sales stuff this week, but I do want to hang out with my friends and do some beading and like kind of just touch base with everyone. And most of my lives, as you guys know, are pretty much like recorded from tutorial, like finish to end,
Yeah.
beginning to end.
Mhm.
And I don't really like talk with people because I'm trying to like concentrate on what the project is and, just do shorter forms of tutorials. But like stuff like this is always fun because it's so on the fly and like we just get to be ourselves. And if I screw something up, like, I don't really care. We're here for fun. But
Yeah, we're here hanging, and I think that we deserve to have this space. I'm so
exactly.
happy that I got to come here and hang out with you. And we're hanging out again next weekend or next weekend. We're hanging out again next week on the Jesse James channel. So this is like
That's right.
double whammy. I feel double blessed.
Aw, I do too. Well, it's not gonna be just us either. I think it's gonna be a few other designers, right?
We have got one other secret designer who's coming up, and I'm not sure if I should let you guys know. I mean, I can we're all friends here. Do you guys want to know who's coming in?
I mean, I do.
We have got joining us all the way from across the sea. We've got Jem Hawks coming in, and she's going to be doing wire wrapping with the Magical Mystery Bead Box from the month of November. So Nile will be there, and Jem, myself, and we
I
are going to
love
do a little
them.
creating around lunchtime, 1 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday, November 26th.
Next Tuesday,
Mhm.
lunchtime, bring your lunch, bring your beads.
Bring your lunch, bring
Um,
your beads.
Eat one, not the other. But I'm so excited. I love Jem Hawks. She is such a prolific and insanely talented with the wire designer.
Truly.
But like I've seen her clearly for the past few years. I don't think we've actually been on camera together.
Yeah. Well, you will enjoy hanging out with her, and I know that she's just going to be delighted by you. We're going to have a lot of fun playing with SilverSilk, playing with the Magic Mystery Bead Box, and Nile, the silks that you have dreamed up for to coordinate with Magic Mystery Bead Box over the course of this year has been so fabulous. The Silver Silky community, you guys are fantastic. You support this man and his work and his passion so much, and rightfully so, Nile. You deserve like everything and all of it. And we at Jesse James are really happy to be here with you and your community.
Well, we love you guys. I love you so much, and I cannot believe we are like passing another year, but it just means that we are like I think we're about to hit the 10-year mark in our friendship
I
or something crazy.
maybe it'll be next year, and then I'll go to Tucson and we'll like drink champagne and celebrate.
I love it. I'm gonna hold you up to
Okay.
it.
Hey, I wanted to drop really quick before we came on this call. Everyone, Nile came up with some really beautiful silver silk. He has really beautiful silver silk projects and colors to go with this month's Magic Mystery Bead Box. We just dropped it on the website, and we have a special promotion for Black Friday going on. There's 10% off the Magic Mystery Bead Box. Or if you want this box that Nile worked with tonight with that beautiful acorn bead and the ice elderberries and what have you, your code for the Silver Silkies is Silk10, and that'll take 10% off the First Frost box that's over at jessiejamesbeats.com. Or if you want to sign up for the subscription and get the December box, which is also going to be so beautiful, that's up for you too. So I just wanted to share
Yay!
that with your fans.
For sure. Thank you for that. That's an incredible deal. And I think y'all need to swipe up this particular box because it's a good one. So, well, I think that's all I had for this evening. Tomorrow I am joined with Becky Foster of Bequito Burrito. And it's going to be a fun time. She's been a Silky for quite a while. She's got an amazing YouTube channel. If you guys are over on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. You can check out the video description where I put in links, including to the JJB site for this mystery box. And then if you look, yeah, and then the other guests have their own links as well. So yeah, that's my sales pitch for today. I forget to like say all the things until like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to do all that stuff too.
Nile, you do a wonderful job supporting this creative community that we all are so happy to be a part of, from the brands that you work with to the designers in our industry to the community that is watching and learning from you. You are such a force, and I'm so happy to call you my friend.
Same, Sarah. You guys are incredible, and you've got such a light about you that I love and appreciate. And I'm really, really, really sad that I don't get to see you in Tucson now.
Then we can plan something else. Now, like, now you're making me sad. Before I'm like, I'm living vicariously through.
I'll just come to Colorado. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, come to Colorado.
It's a direct flight from where I'm at.
Okay.
I can come there, be there for like a day, and then just leave. And we'll party it up.
No, stay for longer. Well, no, okay, this is an idea. We'll talk about it more off the camera. Oh, yes. Okay. Rodrigo's like whispering ideas to me. All right. So to be continued, everyone in the audience. Nile, you're awesome.
Something up and surprise everybody.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, thank you again for an amazing show. And I guess tune in for the one tomorrow.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Nile.